And now, if you don't mind, we're going to get to the news. After not appearing in public for a week, President Trump today held a White House press conference to announce that he will move U.S. Space Command from Colorado to Alabama. You needed a press conference for that? When you decide to bomb Iran, you announced it on social media, but I guess you needed to talk about something. You can't just have a press conference and say, "I'm alive, you jerks." After speculation on social media about his health, President Trump was photographed on Saturday at the White House with his granddaughter, Kai. So don't worry, everybody. It looks like President Trump is Joe Biden? Why is that photo so blurry? That looks like it was taken with an iPhone 1. President Trump addressed social media speculation about his health in a post over the weekend on Truth Social and said, quote, "Never felt better in my life." Okay, maybe your health is stable, but you're 79. You've definitely felt better. I mean, what about this? I mean, look how happy you were there. President Trump signed an executive order last week directing the Justice Department to prosecute people for desecrating the American flag because eventually he turns on everyone. The Treasury Department has reportedly compiled a list of 68 occupations that will qualify for President Trump's no tax on tips policy, which includes bartenders, plumbers, home electricians, and presidents. In a post over the weekend on Truth Social, President Trump criticized ABC News for featuring political commentator Donna Brazile and called her a, quote, "dumb retread." So either he learned a new word or his autocorrect saved him on that one. I owe you one autocorrect. New York City Republican mayoral candidate Curtis Sliwa over the weekend proposed using feral cats to reduce the rat population. And I guess I'm not surprised that a grown man who dresses like that gets all his ideas from cartoons. According to a new survey, 29% of Americans said it is unlikely that French people admire the American way of life. Oh, I think it's safe to say they don't. UNC football coach Bill Belichick last night made his college debut, and only 6 years after his girlfriend made her college debut. A DoorDash driver in Washington State allegedly crashed into a tree recently while high on meth and then set the car on fire before fleeing on foot, at least according to the app. And finally, the FDA has issued a recall for fresh and bagged frozen shrimp due to possible radioactive contamination. Incidentally, radioactive shrimp is also the new measles vaccine. End on a fun one. President Trump said yesterday that he was unaware of social media speculation that he had died. I'm sorry, the most online president of all time wasn't aware of what was happening online. The only way that's possible is, oh, maybe he was dead. Nice recovery, my man. During an event yesterday in the Oval Office, President Trump said that his efforts to fight crime in Washington, D.C. have been effective, and families can now, quote, walk right down the middle of the street. Wow. He managed to get rid of the crime and the cars? During the same event, President Trump also said, quote, "without the United States, everything in the world would die." I don't know about that. I think you're thinking about the sun. According to new reports, President Trump is planning to deploy the National Guard on Friday to Chicago, and he's already placed an order. Just bring me back some Lou Malnati's, a couple Italian beefs, maybe something from the Bear restaurant. We love the Bear. President Trump posted a video yesterday on Truth Social that appears to show a U.S. military strike on a boat carrying drugs in the Caribbean, a move that was very pleasing to Donald Trump and very upsetting to Donald Trump. When asked, how about a heads up, Dad? When asked yesterday about taking steps to help prevent school shootings, President Trump said He considered a plan to build safety doors and added, quote, "I think nobody knows more about construction than me. You can build the construction doors." It's like that old saying, the only thing that can stop a bad guy with a gun is an idiot with a door. Rudy Giuliani said yesterday that after his New Hampshire car accident over the weekend, he has to wear a back brace for 2 weeks, but only because there's nowhere to put a neck brace. Paramount announced yesterday it will develop a live-action film based on the video game Call of Duty. It's the story of a grizzled war veteran who gets his ass absolutely smoked by a 12-year-old. Eric Trump posted a video of himself on X today losing to a Japanese sumo wrestler, and this is weird, at Checkers. New York's first curbside restaurant week begins on Friday. Hell yeah, said rats. I feel bad for the 4 people who wooed right before. They're like, aw. According to a new survey, the average American falls asleep at 11:18 p.m. and then wakes up again at 12:37? Turns on NBC? And finally, in honor of the chain's 60th anniversary, Subway will give away the wall art from its shops, although I don't know if I'd call that art. In a new phone interview with CBS News, President Trump said that he is not seeking the Nobel Peace Prize and added, quote, "I don't seek attention, I just want to save lives." What? You've been begging for a Nobel for months and all of a sudden you're what, Noah Wyle from The Pit? I just want to save lives and then have a beer in the park. That's right, President Trump said he's not seeking the Nobel Peace Prize. All right, that's like this guy saying he's not seeking Trix cereal. Then why are you always talking about it, dude? While testifying before the Senate Finance Committee today, Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. said that the U.S. is the sickest country in the world. Come on, man, you can't judge a whole country based on one mirror. Florida is planning to become the first state in the country to eliminate all of its vaccine mandates. That's right. The state where we send all of our grandparents is eliminating vaccines. So enjoy your golden weeks. Russian President Vladimir Putin told reporters yesterday that he's willing to meet with Ukrainian President Zelensky, but only in Moscow. And Zelensky said he's willing to meet, but only on the ground floor. President Trump posted a video on Truth Social that shows himself shaking hands with the man in the Cracker Barrel logo. Yeah, you heard that right. President. In a post today on Truth Social, President Trump claimed that crime is out of control in Chicago and added, quote, "I could fix it in 1 month. Good luck. NBC's been trying for a decade." Denzel Washington said in a new interview that people have been mispronouncing his name for years. Yeah, they're called moms. You know who I like? That Diesel Washington. The model lineup for the 2025 Victoria's Secret fashion show was announced this week, I assume in a new executive order. Authorities in North Carolina have asked the public for help in finding a loose emu. Have they tried the apps? I did it, but I don't care for it. That kind of humor. Yes, you, the head writer, I'm looking at you. And finally, today was National Wildlife Day, only at Arby's. That was a monologue. All right, that's some loose emu over there.